Good morning, everyone. I am pleased to be in your midst this afternoon, and I am representing Captain Ola, the Harbour Master, the Harbour Master.
Bring it down, yeah. Bring it down.
The Harbour Master for Lagos Pilotage District. He sent his apologies. He is not here with us due to operation exigencies. So I am a marine pilot. I'm here to give an overview of the supply chain logistics in the maritime sector, and I'll be dwelling much on the role of Harbour Masters. What is maritime supply chain logistics? This refers to the management and coordination of goods and services as they move across the globe through ocean transport. So logistics and supply chain is about the management of flow of goods and services from raw materials to end consumers. I like to give, because of our age, I like to give practical examples. If this my shirt is made in China and I got it from a market, maybe Balogun market in Lagos Island now, those planning and activities that the producer puts in place to ensure that this shirt is available in the market, all those planning activities can be summed up to be embedded inside in logistics and supply chain. What is maritime industry? Everybody's talking about maritime industry. Maritime industry encompasses of activities that are related to maritime, that are related to shipping, transportation of goods from one place to another. So it encompasses all activities related to, okay, now the maritime supply logistics, it encompasses of all activities related to the planning, implementation, control of the efficient flow of goods, information, and finances from the point of origin to the final destination via maritime routes. Okay, so the journey of a product. We have here the manufacturer, the producer of the product, then it is loaded into containers. What are containers and why do we use containers? We have specialized vessels for carrying container cargoes, and cargoes are containerized to reduce damages, and it is easy to handle. It reduces labor cost at the same time. So they are shipped by sea and they are received at port. What is a port? Port is a maritime facility where vessels here mean ships. When I use vessel, I mean ship. So where ships are moored for loading and unloading of cargo, and when they are received by the port, they are delivered to warehouses and taken to the market. So the components of shipping and freight transport. The core of maritime logistics involve the use of container ships, bulk carriers, tankers, and rail vessels. Shipping is the backbone of global trade. It connects global markets because we might have raw materials here and we might not actually need much of it, and maybe in another country they are in need of it. So maritime transportation connects markets, it connects people, it connects producers and consumers. So now, presently, according to studies, 80% of international trade volume is carried by sea. Why is it so? Does anybody know? Transportation by sea, it is cost effective.
You can do it.
It is the best option for carrying large quantities of goods for long distances.
And they nearly forget us.
Another component of logistics is port operations. This has to do with loading, unloading, storage, and handling of cargo at seaports, warehousing and distribution. This has to do with temporary storage and distribution of goods in port areas. Another component of the maritime logistics is customs and regulatory compliance. This talks about documentation and legal requirements for international trade. Logistics services providers. Companies that manage supply chain functions include freight forwarders and third-party logistics providers. And the last one I have here is information systems. This has to do with real-time tracking and data sharing via technologies like electronic data interchange, GPS, and I can see that. Maybe he should just go. So, definition of a seaport. I think I defined that earlier. A seaport is a designated maritime facility where ships dock to load and unload cargo or passengers. It is in this part of the world we really don't go on tourism. So, it is not only cargoes that are transported. People make use of the sea to travel to. Ports serve as a critical entry and exit point for goods in international trade. What are the importance of a seaport to supply chain? Global trade enabler, multimodal transport hub, storage and warehousing, customs and inspection, economic impact. It has economic impact. Because when ships come in, it generates job opportunities for the locals. Like when we have vessels that need supplies, maybe they need water, they need food. So the locals, they provide all this for them. Then we have supply chain efficiency and risk management. The key players in maritime logistics, they are the shipping lines. They own and operate vessels that transport goods across international waters. Example of ocean lines in Nigeria is Maersk Line, MSC, CMA, CGM, and COSCO, and we have a lot of them and others. Then another key player is Port Authority. In Nigeria here, the Port Authority is Nigerian Port Authority. It is government, in other places, it can be owned by private entities, and they are into managing and regulating seaport activities. They ensure port infrastructure, security, and compliance with maritime regulations. Harbour Master oversees the safe and efficient movement of vessels in and out of the ports. The Harbour Master coordinates berthing, navigational safety, and port operations. Another key player in the maritime logistics is terminal operators. They handle the loading, unloading, and storage of cargo at port terminals. 5 minutes? Really? Okay. Freight forwarders organize and coordinate cargo movements on behalf of shippers. They arrange bookings, documentation, and multimodal transport collection. So I think I have to jump some. Key players include customs authorities, logistics service providers, ship agents, importers and exporters, inland transport operators. Harbour Master. What is a harbour? Does anybody have an idea what a harbour is? What a harbour is? None. Harbour is a sheltered water. As we see it maybe on television, the sea is turbulent. It is influenced by the action of wind. As such, when vessels are at sea, they don't stay in one position. They keep rolling. So harbour is a sheltered place where vessels can anchor and they can load and unload cargo. Who is a harbour master? The harbour master plays a strategic and operational role in the efficiency and security of maritime supply chain. As a senior official appointed by the Port Authority, the Harbour Master oversees maritime traffic and port operations to ensure smooth, safe. I want you to take note of that word, safe. In maritime, especially navigation, safety is the watchword. Safety is very, very important. And timely movement of goods through seaport. Core functions of Harbour Master: vessel traffic management. The Harbour Master coordinates the movement of ships entering, leaving, or navigating the ports. So, when a ship calls at the ports, for example, if the master is coming in for the first time, you and I, we know that, okay, when I get to gate now, I will enter a bike going to maybe Marine Beach before I get to Ojuelegba. That is not the case for the captain that is coming to Nigeria for the first time. He doesn't know anywhere. He doesn't know whether if he passes here, it is not deep enough for him, for the ship to sail through. So you will need a pilot to navigate and assist in his journey in the port. So that is where the pilot comes in. The pilot conducts the vessel from berth to berth. So the Harbour Master allocates berths to vessels to avoid congestion. Here, the allocation of berths, there are some factors that need to be considered when you are allocating berths. We have several berths in the port. If a vessel is coming in with a draft of, say, 8 meters, you cannot take her to a berth that can only accommodate a vessel of, say, 5 meters. If you do that, the vessel grounds. So there are some factors that are considered that you take into consideration when you want to allocate berths. Some of those factors include the size of the vessel. Presently, the biggest vessel we have calling at our port is 366 meters. The Apapa Port and Tinkan Port cannot accommodate that. Instead, they go to Lekki Port. So that is why it is always good to consider the size of the vessel, the draft of the vessel, even the type of cargo the vessel is carrying. These are factors you consider before allocating a berth. Then another core function of the Harbour Master is safety and security oversight. I have a lecturer that says that if you think preventing an accident is expensive, try having one. Then you know that is even more expensive. If a smoke detector is inside this room and there's maybe fire or something, the smoke detector will alert us and make us know that, oh, something is wrong. But if you say, this smoke detector is too expensive, I don't think I can afford it. If the fire ends up engulfing the whole place, is it not going to spend more than the amount you were supposed to use to buy the smoke detector? So that is the reason why safety, just like I said when I was defining Harbour Master, is very key in the maritime operations. So safety and security oversight. He ensures compliance with international safety, e.g. solar. Solar means safety of life at sea. And security, e.g. ISPS regulations, response to emergencies like oil spills, accidents, or piracy threats. The Harbour Master responds to emergency. I'll give you, I hope I still have time. I want to give you a typical example of what actually happened to me. There was a vessel that I took to, okay, she was sailing from, I think, Apapa Port. So I was assigned to take this vessel out. On getting to, I was approaching the breakwaters, and one of our boats, the boat that was supposed to disembark me, brought to my attention that, oh, pilot, you have stowaways. Stowaways are on board your vessel. Stowaways are on board your vessel. I was like, are you sure? Stowaways, there are about 7 stowaways on board your vessel. I informed the captain that this is the report I am getting, that there are stowaways on board. Does anybody know what a stowaway is? What?
Someone who's supposed to be allowed on the ship.
Thank you very much. In simple terms, someone that is not supposed to be on the ship. So I had to slow down. The captain was fidgeting. He was scared. Hey, stowaway, stowaway. I had to call my harbour master. I have stowaways on board, and before I knew it, the Nigerian Navy, they came with their boats. We had maritime police. That is where one of the functions, I'm using that analysis to explain in responding to emergencies. Emergency can be oil spill, it can be accidents, it can be piracy attacks, and so on and so forth. Then, regulatory compliance. He enforces maritime laws, port operations, and environmental standards. He conducts inspections and audits of vessels and port facilities. The Harbour Master also collaborates with terminal operators and logistics companies to streamline cargo handling and works to reduce vessel turnaround time, which is critical in supply chain efficiency. I can see this. Coordination with stakeholders. He acts as a liaison between shipping lines, customs, port authorities, freight forwarders, and logistic companies. So, importance of maritime logistics. 90% of, I think this should be 80%. That's a typographical error. Report shows that approximately 80% of international trade is transported by sea, which I highlighted earlier. I explained that it is the best option because it is cheaper. It is even the cheapest for carrying large quantity of cargo over a long distance. So that it fosters the importance of maritime logistics. It fosters international trade, it creates jobs, keeps prices stable, large capacity, global reach, economic growth, and cost effectiveness. Ports in Nigeria. We have Apapa ports, we are in Apapa port. Tinkan Island Port, Port Harcourt Port, Ode Port, Warri Port, we have also Calabar Port. The challenges in maritime logistics: congestion at ports, poor road connections, piracy, geopolitical factors, trade wars and sanctions, supply chain disruptions, which includes port congestion, weather delays, careers in maritime industry. I know many of you, because I heard from the coordinator that this program has been on for a while now, and I know by now some of you are thinking of pursuing a career in the maritime industry. Some of the careers you could pursue are marine engineering. You can become a custom officer, and as she has explained to you, no intimidation, you get what you deserve. Nobody can intimidate you. When it is time for promotion, you get your promotion. And it is same for me as a pilot. I get my promotion. In fact, I just got one. You can attest to it. When it is due, I get it. So far, I pass. Remember that. You need to work for it. So we have customs officer, ship captain, port manager, logistics planner, ship pilot. These are the meanings of all the careers I highlighted. Then, fun facts. The largest container ship can carry over 24,000 containers. Nigeria imports cars, electronics by sea, and several other things. One ship can replace thousands of trucks. I would like to use this platform to encourage us to pursue careers in the maritime sector. I am a living testimony to it. I am enjoying myself. You can see how I am shining. I don't need to speak too much. My skin is glowing because I am living my dream. I am living my dream. According to Bimbo ICS reports on global seafarers, 1.2% of global seafarers are women. What is this telling us? That sector is untapped. The opportunities are there. Why don't you come into this industry and tap into these opportunities? You make way for others, you inspire others, we break the barriers and boundaries in the industry together. Please, I want to see change. And when you are the change, try to inspire others too, to bring to the table what you have also brought. Thank you very much.